Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be doing our Euro 2020+1 predictions. I can't wait for the Euros to get started. I really can't. I've just got that feeling it's coming home. We all know it is. We're probably going to end up disappointed, but I don't know. I don't care. The sun's out. The weather's finally getting better. The football is right around the corner. I just can't wait to get started. But obviously I've got to be doing some predictions, and we'll come back at the end of the tournament and see how incorrect I really am. Before we get into it, make sure you do subscribe. We've got loads of content coming up across the Euros. We're going to be doing live reactions. We're going to be doing streams again. We're going to be getting a load of content out, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Hit that like button if you are excited to see that. What I also want to know is, who is your dark horse for the Euros? Let me know down in the comments below. I asked on my Instagram as well. You can follow me there at Brummie Joe, and a lot of people are saying Italy and Turkey. We're going to have to see. But we're going to go straight into it. We've got the UEFA predictor here. So it's going to predict basically who's going to go through each stage of the tournament, all the way through to the final. So we're going to start off with Group A here. We've got Switzerland, Turkey, Wales and Italy. Now Italy are an interesting one. They're the clear, standout, obvious #1 place for this group, I think, just because of how big they always have been. But if we look back recently, they've been pretty poor on an international level for quite a long time, especially in the previous tournaments. Didn't even qualify for was it the World Cup, I think. So with Italy, you know, they've always had these sort of aging players, and they've always had the same sort of players for a long sort of time. But now they're going through a bit of a different transition under Mancini. And I'm excited to see what is to come from Italy. They're in good form on an international level, and I think they could have a really good tournament. And I think they could be a bit of a dark horse. And I agree with a lot of my Instagram followers in that sense as well. And also, it's interesting to see that the two dark horses that people are talking about on my Instagram are Turkey and Italy, and they're in the same group. Where does that leave Switzerland and Wales? Now, Wales, again, they had a really good Euro 2018, 2016 now it is. Bloody hell, that's a long time ago. Yeah, 5 years ago that was, when Portugal won. Jesus Christ, time flies by, don't it? But yeah, they had a really good tournament at that point. The question is, are they going to be able to repeat that? Are they going to be able to pull it off against it? Again, it's a tough group for Wales and Switzerland in that sense, and Turkey, but it is between those three teams, I think. I think Italy will win the group with some ease. They're a really good side. The question is, who's going through? Is it going to be Wales? Is it going to be Switzerland? I actually am going to say, I think it's going to be Italy, Turkey, Switzerland, and then Wales in 4th place. I'm sorry to any followers that are Welsh. On to Group B now. We've got Russia, Belgium, Denmark and Finland. Yeah, another interesting one. Belgium have always been this up-and-coming side, haven't they? They've always been the one always going to come round. But I feel like it's been like that for such a long time now. They really need to be taken as serious contenders. You know, they finished, what, 3rd in the World Cup? Losing to France, who obviously went and won it. But can this be their tournament? I think maybe they could. Maybe they could. They've got some good players in there. Lukaku absolutely smashing it in Syria at the minute. But I'm going to put Belgium in 1st place. I'm going to go Denmark 2nd, Russia, and then Finland. That's who I'm going to go for there. Pretty straightforward with that one, I think. On to Group C, we've got Austria, who gave England a pretty good game. They've got some really strong players in there. And the Netherlands, obviously missing out Virgil van Dijk. It's going to be a big loss to them, but I think they're going to have enough to win this group. It's not the hardest of groups, you could say, and they'd be disappointed if they didn't get that 1st spot. Same goes for Belgium and Italy, really. All of these groups have one sort of standout team in there. You've got North Macedonia here, who I have to say are going to finish last. We all love an underdog, but I don't think they're going to get anywhere. And that leaves Ukraine in 3rd place, and that's going to be my Group C. I didn't think I was that under the weather, but until I started talking, but here we are. Now, Group D, England's group. England, Croatia, Czech Republic and Scotland. Now, England and Croatia obviously have got a lot of history, don't they? Croatia knocked us out in the, was it the semis? Jesus Christ. Again, that was 3 years ago now. I still have flashbacks to that, thinking, what if, why didn't Harry Kane pass it to Sterling or vice versa? I can't even remember who it was, but it was going so well, weren't it, for England in the last tournament? And we've got to think now, is it going to be the same? Is it going to be that fairy tale? There was that fairy tale with Gareth Southgate and the waistcoat. He's dropped the waistcoat now. I saw him, he was wearing a weird blue sort of shirt. I didn't really like the look of it, but I think Southgate's a good manager. He's been getting a lot of stick off the media, off people on the back of that as well, and I think a lot of it's unfair. I do really rate Southgate, and I think he's doing well with England. I think he's picked the right team. I do think though, you know, we've got a young team, we've got some exciting talent coming through, and this extra year in terms of helping those players develop could be beneficial to us. We've got a lot of players coming through that wouldn't have been there if the tournament was to take place last year. A prime example obviously that I would talk about is Jude Bellingham. You know, when this tournament was coming around, he would have just signed for Borussia Dortmund off the back of a season in the Championship with Birmingham, who fought relegation in the Championship, not even the top division. So to think that a player like that is now going to be playing for England, and he will play a part because he is a good player. He's just incredible. You know, you've seen a lot with Jack Grealish and him as well, and there's all this banter. I just personally think as well, you've got two local lads, local Birmingham lads, that could be working towards bringing home a trophy, a major trophy, the Euros, for England. And fair play. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get behind them. We've got an exciting team. We really do. And I just think it's about having that mentality to bring us through. I think in this, it's either first or second. And now I've been debating with this because I've been thinking about my personal pub bookings. I'm trying to work out, are we going to finish first? Are we going to finish second? So I can get my table at the pub. I think we're going to finish first, and of course I would say that, but I think we've got enough to do that. I really do. I think we're going to have a bit of a tricky game against Croatia. Scotland isn't going to be an easy one. I think we'll beat the Czech Republic. I think Czech Republic will finish fourth, and I'm going to give Scotland that third place. And could Che Adams, another former Birmingham City man, be the player to take Scotland forward and help them get through the group stages? Croatia aren't a team to be messed with either. I think they've got a good chance of finishing top, and that's why in this one I'm not 100% sure, but I do think we've got enough to get through. I'm gonna go first. I've got to be optimistic with England here. Group E: Poland, Spain, Sweden, and Slovakia. Here, Spain again, pretty young side, but a good side at that. Poland have got, you know, basically the best striker in the world. Sweden, Zlatan, Slovakia, again some good players there, not to be missed. I think it's between Sweden and Slovakia for that third spot, which I would probably actually give to Slovakia. I think they've got enough to take that third spot. Now it's, to me, whether Poland or Spain. But I'm going to put Spain first, Poland second here. Group F, another tough one. France and Germany, no idea who is going to win that there. Who is going to win the group? I'm going to have to say France. I think they're the best team in the group, followed by Germany, and then Portugal. And poor Hungary finishing last. I think France have really, they've got such a good team. They're the team to beat at the minute, aren't they? Germany, of course, going to be very strong as well. And that just makes me very fearful of when we get out of that group stage. We're going to have a tough game. That's what I'm going to go for. I could change things to be a bit controversial, but I don't see it being any different with that. The only thing that I think could change here is England finishing second in their group, or Germany finishing first and swapping with France. But that's what I'm going to go for. And let's have a look at the four best placed third teams. The four with the most points will progress to the knockout stage. Okay, I'm going to give my first third place spot to you. I think Ukraine are going to go through. I think they're going to get enough points there. I think Russia do as well. Switzerland and Portugal. Yeah, let's continue and see what happens. So round of 16, we've got, oh Jesus, this is exactly what I didn't want. Why? Okay, round of 16, Belgium v Switzerland. It's got to be Belgium. Italy v Austria. Again, I'm going to give it to Italy to get through to the quarterfinals. I don't see us getting through. I don't see us getting through, man. England v Germany. Ah! France beating Ukraine, of course. Croatia v Poland. Gonna give it to Poland. Gonna be a little bit controversial here. Gotta give it to them. Spain v Russia. It's gotta be Spain. And then England v Germany. And this is where, you know, why is it always Germany? It always has to be Germany, doesn't it? And the amount of times we've lost to Germany and we've been robbed by Germany. Could it be the time that we finally turn the corner and beat Germany? I'm going to give it to us. I'm going to give it to us. Who knows? That's the beauty of it. I'm just saying it'll be a very tough road to actually win this tournament. Netherlands v Portugal. Gonna give that one to Portugal. Turkey, Denmark. Gonna give it to Turkey. We're going to go through to the quarterfinals now. We've got Belgium v Italy. Oh, that's a tough game. That's going to be a tough game. I see Belgium breaking through here. France v Poland. You've got to give it to France unless there's a massive upset. Spain versus England. I tell you what, we actually beat Germany. Yeah, we come across Spain, but then you get to the semis. There's the route to the final. If you get past Germany, it doesn't look impossible, does it? It don't look impossible. Am I being too optimistic? Maybe I am. I'll give it to Portugal, that one. And I'm giving it England against Spain. Oh, and then England v Portugal. That famous Ronaldo. Famous sending off. Wow. And then you've got Belgium v France. I'm going to give it to France. England v Portugal. I'm going to say in typical England fashion, we beat Germany, we beat Spain. We come up against someone like Portugal where we're expecting to win. You know, we've beat two really strong sides. We come up against these, it probably goes to penalties, and it's 50-50, it's a flip of a coin. But I'd say us beating Germany and Spain is being optimistic for me. I say we make it to the semis, we get knocked out in the semis, and it is France v Portugal in the Euro final. And how interesting would it be if the same thing happened? France v Portugal, last Euros. In Euro 2016, it was France v Portugal. Portugal won it with Cristiano Ronaldo shouting from the sidelines after getting an injury. Will France get their revenge? I think they do. And it goes to France. France are the Euro 2020 +1 winners. And that would be, I mean, poetic in a sense that, you know, the final is exactly the same. I haven't planned that. That's just the way I see it going. And would I be happy with England getting to the semis? I think it would be very typical of us if we were to beat Germany and Spain and get knocked out by Portugal rather than get to the final. But we're going to have to see. Who knows though, that's the beauty. And a lot of the time I'm wrong. Of course, I'm very wrong with my predictions. But that would be a very, very interesting tournament. And I just hope that we can do something. I hope that we can prove ourselves wrong, prove the doubters wrong, prove me wrong. Let's get to that final. Let's win it. But that's it. That is my Euro 2020 predictions. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new, because there's going to be loads of content coming out. And if you don't want to miss when that content drops and when them live streams are happening, make sure you hit that notification bell and hit all so you're notified of every video and live that happens on this channel. But that'll be it from me. I'll see you later. It's coming home.